Hi, I'm Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, and we're going to be solving this geometry problem submitted by a student. The geometry problem has to do with volume of three-dimensional shapes, and this is a typical topic for the end of geometry class. They tend to save these volume questions for the end, so it's not surprising to see it this time of year. It has to do with a snow cone, which I've illustrated here, and it's just an upside down pyramid, as you can see, or cone, sorry, it's a cone, not a pyramid, excuse me, but it's a cone that's upside down. And inside this cone, and I've never seen this in my personal experience, but inside this cone is a wad of bubble gum, which is a sphere in shape here. So you have an upside down cone, and inside here, wedged in the bottom, is a sphere of bubble gum. Now we're told that the radius of the cone is 4 inches, so I put a 4 here for the radius of the cone. And we're told that the height of the cone is 6 inches, and so I put a 6 here for the height of the cone. And we're told that the diameter of the sphere of bubble gum is 0.8 inches. So there's really nothing to be done here once we've set up the problem except for memorization. So let's first set up the problem and then we'll go through the steps here. So the amount of ice, which is represented by this green area here, the amount of ice in this snow cone is going to be the volume of the cone. If it didn't have the bubble gum, it would be the volume of the cone. But then we do have bubble gum in it, so we have to subtract out the volume of the gum. So it's the volume of the cone minus the volume of the sphere. And here, from here on out, it's just applying the formulas, and you just have to memorize the formulas. So it's 1/3 pi r squared h is the volume of the cone, and 4/3 pi r cubed is the volume of the sphere. The hard part really comes at the very end of the problem, really. Let's first substitute in the values here. Let me just put an equal sign here. Substitute in the values. So the radius of the cone is 4. The height of the cone is 6. The radius of the bubble gum is 0.4. They gave us 0.8, but that's a diameter, not a radius. Okay. So to me, there's only two challenging parts here. One is remembering the formulas here. You just have to memorize them. And then the other part is actually getting an answer choice to match, and that's because these 2's here. Let me circle them. When they were copied out by the student, I'll circle them in blue. These are actually exponents, so this is really 6 squared. Instead of 62, that's 6 squared. And instead of 0.43, this is 0.4 cubed, 0.4 cubed. Let me rewrite that better. Because technically you'd have to write it 0.4 cubed. You see, when I do this, you can see what's going on. This is 6 squared, and then this is 0.4 cubed. Well, we know from looking down here that we want a 4 squared, not a 6 squared. So we'll eliminate A because of the 6 here, and we'll eliminate C because of the 6 here. And looking at this, we need 0.4 cubed, and so we can eliminate this one because it's 0.8 cubed, and we're looking for 0.4 cubed. So that leaves us with this answer choice B. So we don't have to actually do any calculations. All we have to do is plug in and then find a match. So I hope this helped you. finish out your class in geometry this year, you can expect to see, these are called composite shapes. It's a combination of two shapes, the cone and the sphere. And you'll see lots of problems like this, and you'll see them on your final exam too. Okay, so I hope you get through the rest of geometry without too much trouble, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.